Yeah, we are also going to be reviewing comic books during Spider Month. And what better way to kick off the comic book side of things than the OG one, Amazing Fantasy number 15. This is the introduction to Spider Man. It is probably the most iconic Spider Man shot ever. It has been replicated. It has been done to death in the cartoons, even in the movies. They had a poster for Spider-Man Homecoming. It is just such an iconic shot. I can't really say anything else about it. It is just look at it. It's literally him holding a criminal while he's flying down. But no one really ever talks about the story. So, what is the story necessarily? Well, it's essentially the first half of the first Spider-Man movie. If you really think about it, Peter Parker gets bitten by a radioactive spider. He wrestles a fighter. He gets screwed over, and then he screws over those people by letting some guy get away with their money. And then the guy eventually shots Uncle Ben, and Peter feels like he has to take responsibility for that. And at first, it was just like, that's it? Oh man, I wanted more. But you kind of just need a little bit of a taste of who Spider Man is. Because if this didn't work, then maybe nobody would have ever talked about it, Spider Man. Because now you're kind of like learning the aspects of responsibility um, when it comes to who Spider Man is and who a hero is. So, in a way, this comic book kind of teaches you a lesson of why, you shouldn't let anger get to you because, even though you got screwed over, you are also the one responsible for Uncle Ben's murder. Now, this is hard in itself because it's just like, wow, really? This is what, uh, how Peter learns his lesson is just like, I I think this is the best way that you can start an origin story, and it is possibly why it is so iconic. The artwork from Jack Kirby is actually pretty good. It is hard to buy Peter Parker as a teenager. It's really about a man learning how to take responsibility for himself. We don't get the Green Goblin, we don't get Venom, we don't get Sandman, we don't get all these iconic villains like we would in the movies. No, we wait. We kind of have to get a little taste of who Spider-Man is, and for the most part, this did its job. Like I said, Stan Lee did a great job writing it. The drawings were pretty good, and honestly, I'm glad that they got it right. I mean, look at the Spider-Man suit; it just looks so surreal, and it's just like, wow, this is how it all started, and I'm really happy that it did. Back in August 10th, 1963, I believe. Anyways, I really recommend you to go check it out. Find it if you can. If you want to spend money for it, I understand. It's a fortune, but I mean, just for the cover alone, that should do it. If I would have ranked the cover, I'd give it an S. But we are rating the story in itself. And like I said, it did a good job of introducing us who Spider-Man is. It didn't have to show us the big villains. It just had to show us what it takes to be a hero and the responsibilities. With great power comes great responsibility. Never forget. But I was really thrilled with this, so I will have to give it. I'll give it an A minus. It could have gone longer. They could have done more. Maybe we could have introduced a new character or a new villain to start off Spider-Man, but is just a little taste of what we are expecting from the Spider-Man comics, and eventually what eventually becomes a franchise for Spider-Man. So yeah, I was very happy to check this out, and yeah, it's gonna be a very short one, but don't worry, we got a big one on the next one. I'm gonna be reviewing Spider-Man 2, arguably the best Spider-Man movie of all time. Is it my favorite? You're gonna have to find out and wait tomorrow. Anyways, take care, everybody.